but I don't see. Am I live? All right, guys, I'm using a totally new streaming service. I'm using Restream, and I don't know if I am live on YouTube because I don't see it on my phone. Hopefully you guys, okay, I'm feeling self-conscious. Can someone in the chat let me know if you can actually hear or see anything that's going on? I guess I should do a test. It's not showing up on YouTube. Uh-oh. That's not good. Live. Oh my gosh, am I really streaming to YouTube? It says streaming, but I don't see anything. It's on public view on YouTube. Oh, okay. Well, I can see you here, but it's not showing on my phone. All right. So as long as I know that I'll go ahead and talk. Let me go ahead and click out of this. Okay. So I'm just going to, I have nothing on Restream. All right, Restream. Anyway, welcome. Happy Wednesday. Happy hump day. Today we are announcing the winner of the Daily Science curriculum by Evan-Moor for 4th grade. That's not me saying 4th grade. That is Evan-Moor saying 4th grade. So this is what the book is. Oh, hold on, y'all. I forgot. I'm using the virtual background. I have to. There you go. You guys see it. You see it. Okay. So we are giving this away. All you had to do was watch the Evan-Moor curriculum flip through video, leave a comment, and boom, you were entered. So I'm not going to hold you guys up. I'm going to switch my screen so you can see the live and fair giveaway. And then I will show you. And this isn't just for Evan-Moor, the science curriculum. I'm going to show you maybe 6 or 7 ways how you can flip this curriculum, how you can use this curriculum to your benefit. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay. Restream, please be the answer because StreamYard is not working for me. Okay, share screen. Okay, if you guys can see a spinner with different colors, please put a 1 in. Hey, Antoinette. I know that was really high. Hey, Antoinette. That was one of our veteran homeschoolers. If you guys can see a click to spin screen, please put a 1 in the chat. I'm using this new software, and I don't know what I'm doing. It looks like it's showing to me. Okay, how do I pull up these comments? Comment overlay. What? Okay, it's showing. Antoinette, can you see? Undo chat overlay. Okay, good. You can see the screen. Okay, Antoinette says the screen is visible. Okay, so we are going to spin. Okay, I have to move this off the screen. Okay, it's good doing things live. Remove. I'm afraid to hit this button, but remove. It removed the screen. I should not have hit that button. Hold on, y'all. I'm going to get it back. View. No, I'm still sharing. Okay, but oh, what happened? It says remove. I want to add it back. Okay, it's showing. All right. Is it showing now? Because I just hit remove. I was trying to remove the comments. And so give me another one, Antoinette. Can you see? Oh, I don't see it. Okay, y'all hold on. Don't click off. Don't click off. I'm going to get it. I'm going to stop sharing, and then I'm going to reshare. Okay, I'm just starting over. That's okay. We're all learning together. Share screen. All right, I think I got it back. All right, we're back. Okay, so, okay, one more time, Antoinette. This time put a 2. If you can see the spinner screen, click 2. Show me 2, because now I have the comments over here. It was covering the spinner. Put a 2 in the chat if you can hear. I mean, you can see the screen with the spinner. Antoinette, I'm relying on you, girl. I need you. Anybody can put a 2 in so we can get going with this. Okay. Nobody? Okay, well, I'm going to go because I'm hoping you guys can see the screen. Okay, so we have 3 people who have entered. Okay, cool. Okay. All right, we're good money. All right, so we have 3 people who entered the giveaway, who followed directions, and we are going to spin the wheel and see who is the winner. As soon as I can, click the spin. Okay. Or press Control Enter. Control Enter. All right. Control Enter. Let's go. I promise y'all I did a test of this before I came on here. Okay. Hide chat overlay. Okay. All right. So let me just click the spin. How come it's spin? Okay. Yeah, I promise I checked this out. Let me see if the page, because I kept the page up, maybe I need to refresh the page. So let me go into that page and refresh. I apologize, guys, because this looks really unorganized, but let me refresh the screen. All right, so let's see if this is working now. Click the spin. Oh, there we go. It just needed to be refreshed. All righty, so Immortality Evolution, you are the winner. You are the winner. Let me take a screenshot of that. All I need you to do, now I didn't say this in the detail page. You don't need to be present to win, but I do need you, I'll give you 1 week to get in contact with me. I will try to contact you through YouTube to let you know that you won, and I'll need to get your address to send you your book. Now, I have the names of the other 2 people. Let me just spin one more time. So if Immortality Evolution doesn't claim her science in 1 week, then it will go to the next person. So let's do this one more time. Let me oh, I'm such a nut. I'm sitting here pushing all the buttons on my streaming screen versus going to the web page where the actual spinner is. Oh, blonde moments. All right, so we're going to spin one more time. And this is going to be for the backup winner. And that is user 729. So if Immortality doesn't claim, you will be the owner of a free Evan-Moor curriculum. Okay, so now let me get out of here. Stop sharing. And this is something I want you guys to listen to, okay? Oh, Lord, look at me. I'm tired. I'm hot. All right. Let me get this off the screen. And I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make a recorded video, because someone asked about, how to shore up your science curriculum, because y'all know I struggled with it. But I'm going to show you, and I'm going to make a recorded video with overlays and stuff like that. Right now, I can't do it on here because I'm on the free plan. Once I decide this is the plan I want to use, I'll upgrade, and then I can put all the nice little overlays and the text and everything and breaking down each segment. Okay. So, but I'm going to just show you here how you can take this curriculum, any curriculum actually, and then just kind of plug it into what you're doing. So let me get this thing off the screen. Let's see, what is this? Evan-Moor. So this is called the caption. And is that the caption? Okay. Oh, no, that's wrong. Lower third. All right. So as you guys are coming into the live stream, please put where you're coming from, what part of the universe, how do I get this off the screen? I don't even know. Hopefully it doesn't bother you guys. It's kind of bothering me. I just need, okay, this is not the overlay. It's not the logo. And it's not the background. Okay, I only have one more button to hit. I'm just trying to take everything. I don't know. All right. So, I found the real chat. All right, guys. Okay. So, how can you? I'll just hold the. I don't like this. I'll just hold this up higher. I need my overlay so I can show pictures of what I'm holding up. All right. So, let's talk about a couple ways of how you can take a curriculum and make it fit your life. So, in this case, we're talking about Evan-Moor. Now, for a lot of people, Evan-Moor. Now, if you don't know what Evan-Moor looks like, please see my previous video. I do a flip through of this. I do a lot of Evan-Moor flip throughs, okay? Evan-Moor is on the pricier end of curriculum, and this is it. This is the whole book. This is the science curriculum. Now, some people will say this could be a full curriculum. Personally, I think it's a supplement to whatever you are using. But again, if you are in a pinch, if you're going through that season, you got a whole bunch of kids, this is ideal because it is perfect for when you're homeschooling multiple age kids. Okay, it's perfect for when you realize, oh, we haven't covered science or this topic in how long, and you need to pull something out for them. Okay, it is well written. It has all, the basic, I'm talking about the science part here, all, most of the basic topics, standard topics for science, right? You just need to figure out what you want to do. So this is what I would do. Okay. Now, in homeschooling and in teaching in general, you have what's called a spine. And all that means is, what is your main text that you are teaching from? And that's the main text you're going to use for the entire school year. Then you're going to pull in supplemental things to complement your main text, because it could be your main text is like 80% good and solid, but maybe it's lacking, in vocabulary, or is not ideal for teaching fractions, or maybe it's too long and you only have a certain amount of time to really teach something. So what you do is you go through, if you're using a main science curriculum, okay, whether it's Real Life for Science, Science Odyssey, Apologia, whatever your science curriculum is, if you're using something else, go through that curriculum and look at each unit topic. Okay, science is usually divided up into the units. Okay, in this case, Evan-Moor is divided up into 6 units, or what they call 6 big ideas. This might be a long video because I really do like to talk. Okay. Oh, nope, not with this background. I'm gonna have to figure out how to show things without all of this going on. So what you're going to do is, you might say, okay, we're gonna hit physical science, biology, astronomy, chemistry, physics. Just take those 5 topics, right? Well, you look at, okay, so for October, we're going to be doing chemistry. So just go through your Evan-Moor and look for the topics where it's talking about chemistry. Now, each week, it's a 5-day-a-week curriculum. Okay, usually the last day is your hands-on activity. You might decide, you know what, I got science on my own with this curriculum, but on Fridays we'll do the hands-on activity for this. Or you can start this at the beginning of the week as a warm-up, as a reinforcement for your morning work, where they're being introduced to the topic, right? Or if they were struggling with it, they need reinforcement, you can start with the beginning days of the week for that topic in here. So that's one way you can use it, using it as a spine, and then using it as a way to do a little reinforcement, maybe a little catch up, or maybe as like a topper to the end of your week. Okay, any questions so far? Hey, Katesh, good to see you, my dear. Okay, so another thing that you can do, depending on if you're using, it's over there, whether you're using a curriculum or if you're strictly using Evan-Moor. If you're strictly using Evan-Moor, you don't have to be tied to doing science 5 days a week. I know a lot of people who don't do, I know more people who don't do science 5 days a week. A lot of times science will be looped into your homeschool curriculum, meaning looping is that, you or blocking. The looping is you go through your subjects, usually subjects where you can combine your kids, or subjects that usually get overlooked, like, maybe poetry, science, music. Basically, your non-core subjects would be, you would typically add into your loop. And say if you have four loop subjects, say logic, science, poetry, vocabulary, Greek vocabulary, then you just go through each day. You do one, and then the next day you go to the next one, finish that one. Then the next day you go to the next one. If you don't do one of those subjects, well, then the next day you do that subject that you didn't get to. Okay, you just keep going, or you can skip it and just go to the next one. Everything's on a loop. And then at the end of the week or the end of your loop schedule, you start back with the first subject that you started with, whether it's logic or spelling or whatever. Okay, so you just loop the subjects around and around. Or more more people will use science as a block schedule, meaning they might do it Tuesdays and Thursdays, Wednesdays and Fridays, twice a week. That way they can get all their kids together. Usually science takes a lot of time, which is why a lot of people don't really like to do it a lot, especially if you're doing experiments and you have to set things up. You have to buy, your materials, and, keep them safe, from grubby little fingers and stuff like that. So when you're setting it up, you don't have to do it 5 days a week. You can do, like, the first day is your introduction, maybe watching some videos on Brain Pop or YouTube, and then you bring out the first day or two of the week from your Evan-Moor book. I'm sorry, guys, this is so, like, a little witchy right here. And then on the next day, whether you Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, however you chop it up, then you can do your experiment, because your kids have already been exposed to the topic. Maybe you've done some learning, and then they're ready to go hands-on. So you can use it that way as well. Okay, so you're not just slogging through 5 lessons just to say you did the science. Okay, now say you're teaching multiple children, elementary, middle school, high schooler, or maybe they're all elementary, whatever rat pack that you have. How you can chop that up is you can take the littles. They can read, they can do narration, or they can do, they can talk to you about what they're reading or what they're learning. Okay, so they don't have to write anything. They're more just, because they're at that developmental stage where they're just taking in the world, they're taking in all the information, and that they're just being in wonder. Okay, your middle schooler can be the one that's doing the graphs, writing the graphs, maybe writing a mini report. Your high schooler, if you're in a pinch and you're using a high schooler in this case, they can definitely write out more sophisticated reports, or they can do some follow-up research on the topic, because they know what the topic is going to be. Now they can go and take a deeper dive with it, but everyone's still doing the same topic. Okay, think of Marva Collins, where she would teach multiple grades. It's the old one schoolhouse system. So you got the little ones doing things, whether they're talking or playing with manipulatives, the middle age, they're really starting to flex their skills, their critical thinking skills. And then the high schoolers, they can take it to the next level. So that's what you can do. Now, one of my favorite things to do, this will be like maybe the fourth thing you can do, is use this and pair it with, like, a busy bin or a curiosity bin. I call mine curiosity bin. Or when you have, like, lab days. Now, this is what I did when my children took science classes throughout school. Okay, and honey, do not feel bad. Go ahead, outsource as much as you can. So they would have, say they were learning about the butterfly, the life cycle of a butterfly. Okay, right? That's biology. I would first of all, I would go to the dollar store and find everything I could that was science related, and I would put it in a bin. Go outside, find whatever you can that's related to science, and put it in the bin. And think like a child when you're doing that. You know, kids, they see more value in things that we don't, you know, like they'll take a cardboard box and that's like, it's a house, it's a car, it's a time machine, it's a magic carpet, and we just see it as something that our shoes came in from Amazon. They see a whole different world. So just grab stuff and don't even go to the education part of the store. I mean, go there, but go to the kitchen area, go to the mechanic, the automotive area, and just grab stuff. They'll find a way with that. So that's so put it in a bin, right? And and then on the days that you're doing maybe your hands-on activities, you can pull out the bin, and then they can, you know, play around with whatever is related to that topic that you're keeping. So you want to keep science alive, okay? Especially if you have elementary kids. When kids are in middle school, and I'm still continuing the series on homeschooling middle school. Friday we'll pick up with video, the second video, and that will be the academics of, you know, some of my favorite academic picks for middle school. But for right now, for the older kids, it's really, oh shoot, I wish I had it, but I'm going to show you on Friday. There are two of my favorite books for teaching science to older kids. The younger kids can do it because there's like little things they can do hands-on. That's not too bad, but it's for the older kids, and it's so fun. But you have those the curiosity bins, the lab days. Oh, it's going to be fun. I'm going to show you the manipulatives they have. You know, if you're going out on for nature, like for butterflies, the magnifying glasses you can get, stuff I got from the dollar store. It is so, it's so easy. Just $10 and you're good for the whole year. You don't need a lot to make science fun. You just need your kids to be curious, and then hopefully you got the good weather, you know, to get you going. And then you just take off. So you're going to, as a recap, with Evan-Moor or other curriculum, you can use it as a spine, number one. Number two, you can you can do it for mastery, but you can really do it for reinforcement, okay? Or as just a breath of fresh air from another curriculum, okay? So like a reinforcement, or like morning work. You get up in the morning, this is something you can give to your kids to kind of get them introduced to what they're learning, or to kind of reinforce what they may already be studying. So that's the second way you can use it. The third way is bring the little ones in, even the older ones, and have them tell you what's going on in these in the pages, especially as you get to Wednesday and beyond, because they have, you know, maybe a couple days or pages of information and learning. Have them narrate to you what's going on, or dictate, you know, something that's it's in the passage that you know, that they can dictate. You know, you have the little ones here. Let me just show you. Let's see. All right. Why does garbage smell? That's the weekly question. That's from day 2. Let me see if this is going to show. Okay. Let me just show you what it looks like. Now, remember, this is in the flip through. I'm so sorry. If anybody knows, if you live stream, how can I, maybe my computer's not powerful enough, but I have a powerful Mac, but I don't like this little flickering. And I don't know if it's me or if you guys see that. I don't like, oh, you know what? Maybe I should hook up my webcam. It might be different. I'm going to have to test that out. But you can't even really see it. Let's see. Now I just did a Houdini. All right. Well, okay. Okay. Just look closely. Okay. Let's see how close I can get. Okay, that's as close as I can get. So this is, think of this as your teacher notes for the week. This sidebar right here, this shaded sidebar. And each day it's telling you what's happening, teacher. Then you'll start off with some kind of reading passage right here. Okay, to get them introduced to the topic. Okay, right then and there, you got copywriting. Not copywriting. I used to be an editor. You got copy work. Okay, that maybe they can do the first Well, it's only one paragraph. Well, do the second page. You can have them copy that, or they can read it, like, why does garbage smell? And then it gives you, some examples with the one vocabulary word, and then you can have your child tell back to you what that passage meant. So now you're getting into reading comprehension, right? Which is what it says here. All right. I'm sorry about that, guys. And because I'm on a free plan, I can't take a picture of it and then show it to you guys. Okay, so I think I might buy the plan. That way I can have all that. But anyway, so now you can have reading comprehension with this. So if you're teaching, if you're doing unit studies, this is the fourth thing. You can use the science as part of a unit studies curriculum, okay? Or cross-curricular learning. And cross-curricular is where you bring in multiple subjects, and they all work synergistically together. Okay, you're going to bring in some math, some writing, science, as many subjects as you can. So in this case, on the why does garbage smell, you can have, maybe the younger kids, they read the passage. They have a vocabulary word. They can keep a little notebook, a little small notebook that you can get from the dollar store. Let me show you. They get them to the dollar store. My girlfriend gave me this. She's like, oh, it's going to make me happy. I was happy when I saw it, so I wanted you to have it. And now I'm happy. But look how tiny this is. And they have smaller ones. They have the ones that are like that big, like little Japanese anime style, which is perfect because then your child can learn a vocabulary word, a day, and then practice writing it, going over each day, you add to it, and then, maybe they write a sentence using the vocabulary word. You can chop it up so many ways, okay? So, what was I saying? So, yeah, so for unit studies, I'm sure I was saying something before then, but for the unit studies, and then for the math, everything can be graphed. You can find, there's math is in everything. So, look at what that topic is. Google is your friend, and you can say if the subject is, I think one day I'm just gonna have like a live session where I'm gonna say, hey, I'm gonna take a curriculum and I'm gonna show you how I plan it. But let's say you're looking at unit 4, properties of rocks and minerals. Okay, you have all your vocabulary words, and you see it's a lot. So your child could do 2 vocabulary words a day, 3 a day, 1 a day, whatever they want. And then you have the whole, and this one is 5 weeks. They're all 5 weeks. But this section on rocks is going to be 5 weeks. So a month, basically a month to get through each main topic. And so for that, you could be like, okay, well, how can I incorporate math into learning about rocks and minerals? Okay. And I can think of a lot of things that you can do. Okay. A lot of things are going to be comparison and weighing. Now you're getting into the metric system, which we woefully need in this country. By the way, I think if you look back at my older videos, I always raved about the Keys 2 series for fractions, decimals, and percent. Nothing I have used or seen comes close to this bare bones, papery little supplement. And don't worry, I'm going to be talking about that in the middle school video on Friday. You definitely want to go to that. But the math part with the rocks. So you would take grams. You're learning now. How do you learn the metric system? Okay. And now you're learning about grams, or you spill it over into, you got rocks here in Santa Barbara and rocks over here in Catalina, how far away are these different kinds of rocks? Now you're talking about kilometers and meters. And there's so many things you can add into it to extend what you're learning. And there's your whole month of science, right? And now you brought in math. You obviously have the science, the reading. They have the reading passages, YouTube and Brain Pop. And I might have taken it down because I was telling y'all to do some non-legal stuff on how to get free access to Brain Pop. But that was bad, Niki. That was bad, Niki. But there are ways you can get, you know, Brain Pop or similar platforms. I never told anyone to do anything free with Brain Pop. It's a great company, but things like Brain Pop you can definitely find on YouTube. And then you can just plug in those videos, make your playlist now. Don't worry, I'm going to go over all of this on Friday. Make your playlist now. You know, you have 6 units in this science, okay? You know, you got biology, chemistry, rocks, and whatever, whatever, okay? Then you go make your YouTube videos, okay? And you find the funniest, best loved, well liked, with the most reviews or clicks or whatever, and you put that in your folder on YouTube, okay? Make your life easy. All right, just to move on, spiral review. I think that's what the 6th way you can use this for, spiral review. So you have your other curriculum going on. You can be like, you know what? When we get to the end of our unit for this curriculum, let's do a couple of days of Evan-Moor. Maybe you just do the hands-on activities, right? Or maybe you go over vocabulary, cut out those vocabulary words, maybe do a memory game, or maybe do, you know, some reward systems of, you know, hey, you can get through 10 vocabulary words written in, you know, what you know, blah, 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 in 10 minutes, get $5. No, I'm kidding. Mix it up. But you can definitely use it for a spiral review, just to kind of plug in and see how much your child is retaining, if there are any gaps, because Evan-Moor is pretty solid. They'll hit all these standards. They're really good about hitting standards, just the overall standards. Now, to be sure, in America, the science standards are really not standard. They're really all over the place. You have like the next gen science standards and stuff like that. Y'all, this country don't really take science or math seriously. So you're going to have to make your own expectations for what kind of science standards you think your children should have. And I know that's hard for a lot of people because you don't know. The first thing is to start looking at the next gen. You know what? Let me add that. Next gen, because it's always good to start with the basics. So add next gen standards. I think it's next science gen standards. We'll find out on Friday. Okay. And then you can see what they are. And then, you know, say, you know, okay, well, we can't cover 20 topics in 1 year. It's too much. Or 5 is not enough. And then we'll go from there. But don't worry about it. We'll talk about it later. All right. Let's see. Okay, 2 more things. These I've kind of already talked about. Yeah, I talked about, you know, your younger kids can draw. I didn't say draw, but your kids can draw whatever they need to, do oral narration. The older kids, you know, they can do additional research, write summaries. Oh, the hands-on stuff, building models, you know, using manipulatives. And that kind of goes into using the science as your hands-on activity. Okay. So it just depends on how much of it do you actually want to teach. So just know that with Evan-Moor, if you want to just use that as your sole science, you can shore it up with those extra things I told you about. Okay. A lot of people think it's, you know, it's incomplete, but let me tell you, if you hit those 6 big ideas that it talks about and you add depth to it, your child is ahead of a lot of kids, because a lot of times science gets short shrift or is zoomed through or it's not fun. If you mix in the hands-on activities, oh my gosh, you are so far ahead of everyone else. Just get them to do active science. I promise you will be okay. Last thing with Evan-Moor. Now, this requires a little bit of thinking. I like themes because, you know, why not just stack as many things together to make your life easier? So you have 6 big ideas, right? Y'all all right? Hold on. I got comments. I haven't even checked yet. Oh, Diana Persina, I'm new to your channel and I have been enjoying your videos. Thank you, my dear. Thank you for that. I appreciate that. Let's see. Gina, it's a little Star Trekky, but we get it. You're doing great. Okay. I think that was from something earlier. And then Diana says, have you done a review on the building blocks of science? What? Wait, I think I have it in the corner. I have the third grade and the fifth grade. I have the hardcover, so I spent money on that. Or did I get it from my charter? I think I did both. Yeah, so I have that is I want to say Real Science for Kids, right? The building blocks, because they have two versions. They have the building blocks, which is they take say 5 topics, and each topic is its own book. So chemistry is its own book, physics is its own book. They have astronomy, I think, and then biology. And then the other part of the Real Science for Kids is it's just one book for the year, like just biology for the whole year. So you can either, because some people like, okay, this is a really great question. Some people like to approach science differently. Some of them want like a little sampler plate, right? Just a little bit here, a little bit here, because things change and we don't want to just be locked into one subject. But we just want to just hit it and quit it. And then some people, they want to take a deeper dive, right? And so they'll do biology for the whole year. They'll do physics for the whole year, like they do in public schools, right? At the upper levels, they do it for the whole year. And so, say if you're starting in middle school, usually, or high school, is biology for the first year and chemistry for the second year, and physics the third year, things like that. But the pros and cons of those are, if you're going to do the sampler approach, where for 9 weeks you do each topic, 9 weeks of physics, 9 weeks of biology, 9 weeks of chemistry, etc., you're exposed to a lot of different sciences. So that is good if you want, to see what your child is really curious about. And it adds variety. There's change, right? Especially if, you kind of time it with what's going on in the year. So if you do astronomy in the spring, where, it's usually not cloudy and you can see the stars and things like that, and the weather's nice and you can go outside and really take advantage of the night sky, then that's perfect. Chemistry can be like in the fall when it's cold and you have to be inside because there's a hurricane or it's raining or it's snowing. You don't have to worry about going outside for biology or astronomy. You can just do your stuff right then and there, right? So sorry about that. My office is above the garage. So you have all the variety and how you can kind of customize it for the year. So that's a major plus for doing the samplers approach to science. Now, the con is there's not that much depth to what you're learning because you only have so many weeks to be exposed and to soak in what you're learning. But if you do, like, say, a classical approach to homeschooling where you work in cycles, so like with classical learning, you're exposed to a topic and at the grammar stage, like you're in elementary school, and then you're exposed to that same topic again at the logic stage, which is middle school, and then you're exposed to that topic again in high school, which is known as the rhetoric stage. And so you've had 3 times at 3 different developmental levels to get this information, the same information, synthesize it, and now be able to critically think about it and speak it, argue it, defend it, all of that. So there are pros and cons for everything. Now, if you just want a single subject per year, yes, you can just, especially if your child is interested in that topic, it's going to be a gourmet feast, because every week or whenever you do this, it's always going to be something fun because they like that topic, that subject, and you won't know until they actually start doing it. But if it's chemistry for the whole year or physics for the whole year, they might be over it after the first month. Now, what do? You have this curriculum that's just physics for the next couple of months, few months. So what do you do? So that's a con of just having a single subject. The pro is You can go as deep as you want to. You can plan field trips. And you can do that for other approaches. But with the single subject, you really can get into it and go really deep into it. On the flip side, if either of you are not really feeling that topic, it could be a slugfest for the year. Now, here's a hybrid of what you can do. Depending on your lifestyle, your children, your family, you, and your kids. So if you think a little sampler thing is good, start with that. I would start with that because now you're exposed to everything, even for the older kids. Start with that. And then if you find, you know what, we've been really going strong with biology, but 9 weeks is kind of up. Let's extend it because you're homeschoolers. You can do that. And then the next subject might be physics. And you're like, oh. And so you guys do 3 weeks. Okay. But that's okay because right after that, you got chemistry. So it allows you to expand or contract versus just having one curriculum that doesn't really give you that flexibility. But there's cons and pros for all of that. That could be a video for another day. Any questions so far before I get out of here? Oh, it's only been 41 minutes. Y'all know I don't do anything under an hour. Let's see. But yes, Diana, I do have I have a flip through. I haven't done a review, but I do have a flip through. Do I? Let me see. Because according to my phone, I'm not streaming on YouTube right now. So I don't know what's going on, but I'm going to find it for you. So yes, I have something on the building blocks of science. And now here I am. It's either 3rd grade or 5th grade because I think those are the only 2 that I have. Yeah, flip throughs. Okay, so I have 44 videos on flip throughs, and I do have a lot of science. I have a lot of Evan-Moor, and I know I had building blocks. So go ahead and check it out. I do have the curriculum. Oh, I don't see it. How did I not? That's going to be the next flip through. You see, ye ask and ye shall receive. I don't see it on here unless I'm overlooking it. So let me put it down here, building blocks, because I want to hurry up and get rid of this curriculum. Building blocks, science, flip through. And you know what? I might just have to do several flip throughs a week because I have so much curriculum. I want to get through it so I can give it away or do giveaways. Okay. So building blocks, science, flip through coming your way. I have 3rd grade and 5th grade. I might even have 4th grade. And it has lots of little parts. It's got like the manual, the workbook, the lab thing, whatever. You'll see in the flip through. Okay. Diana says, he loves science. He has ADHD and he is constantly forgetting. Girl, do the sampler approach. Oh, well, Evan-Moor would be good because you're covering lots of little different things every week and definitely every 5 weeks. And when you look at it, what grade is your child in, Diana? Because I have this in 6th grade and I could do a giveaway for that. So I haven't done the flip through. I'll probably do the flip through. I'm just gonna do a morning of just recording flip throughs and just throw them up. Because August, everyone's, is trying to get ready for school and they're looking at curriculum. I think I might just do like every day, like 30 days of curriculum flip throughs. So I have that much curriculum. Let me just see if that's possible. 30 days of flip throughs. And then that way you guys have time to look through them and I can get rid of them. Okay. So what was I saying about you, Diana? About your son and the ADHD. Okay. So you've got, so my middle child had ADHD as well. So you can look at the whole week and see immediately, okay, what's going to hold his attention? Maybe we do half the page today. That 1 week in Evan-Moor might be 2 weeks for you. Maybe your child's attention span is 7 minutes flat, and that's being generous. That's enough to read the passage, tell it back to you, maybe go over a vocabulary word, look up something online related to whatever that topic is for that week, and be done, complete. Okay. The whole point, and it's like I always talk about, that's why I did this book club, because this book was so instrumental in my life. I talk about this book and mindset, or mathematical mindsets, but Atomic Habits, you do 1% a day. 1% a day. I do not like this. I might have to go back to StreamYard because I don't think StreamYard was doing all of that. But anyway, like I told you guys in my writing series where I had my youngest child, he literally wrote, for a sentence, he did one word a day. But the standard was high. It had to be the best handwriting, usually in cursive. It had to basically be his best handwriting. And then the next day we added another word and then another word. And I was like, hey, can we do 2 words? Yeah, this is easy now. Because he didn't have the muscular endurance in his fingers, right? You know, you need the strength to hold, and then you need the endurance to move that pen or pencil across the page. And you know what I'm talking about, because those of you who still write, you know, you get a cramp in your hand when you've been writing for a long time. You realize you've been holding the pen too hard, right? Or even if you hold it lightly, you still have to like do this with your hands because you get cramps, okay? That's your endurance. You gotta work on your endurance, right? Because we're not used to doing this as much because we're in a digital world. So keep that in mind. But even if you do look, so y'all are playing. You cannot have ego in this when educating your kids. I don't care what this woman is doing over here next door, this woman down the street, or this woman across the country. This is what we're doing. And if you can only get through reading this passage and answering part A, well, then we do part B tomorrow. If your working memory can only hold that much information, that reading passage, that's what you do that day. Talk about it. Let them stand on their head, sit on the couch crazy backwards, jump up and down, but tell you what they just read. That's reading comprehension. Y'all know in this world, people don't understand what they read. They don't really have it all up here because they don't. Reading comprehension is not really taught in this country, in the world. He's in 3rd. Oh, you want to watch that flip through, Diana, because the building blocks I have is 3rd grade and 5th grade, or might even be 4th grade. But I know I have 3rd grade. Hope I don't eat my words on that. I know I used to have 3rd grade, but I'm pretty sure I do. Katesh says, my OPE. What's that? What's OPE? That's an acronym for what? I'm so tired. I don't know. Oh, wait, hold on. I didn't see the rest of your comment, Katesh. I have a 6th grader and kindergartner in wonder would I get Evan-Moor teacher file box again? You know what? That's a good question. I remember back in the day, woo, Evan-Moor, that file box. I think I had I'm not lying, 500 lessons, worksheets. I had a lot. Now, here's the thing, because Evan-Moor can be stingy. I need to work on them. Let me see. You know what? It does say, but that's not the teacher file box, though. Let me look that up. You know what? Teacher file box. Because that would be good. But since this is just used, and when I got it, because all the Evan-Moor stuff I buy, usually if you have like access to something, you'll be given an access code, teacher file box access. But let me look that up because that's a great question. I hope they still have it. File box. Okay, so I'm going to look that up, okay? I have my homework to do. And I still have more Evan-Moor flip throughs to do. So I'll be bringing that up. And, you know, I need to contact Evan-Moor. They're real stingy with their affiliate program, but I need to talk to them as much as I talk about them. All right. Any other questions? Okay. Katesh, did I answer that? The OPE, was that in relation to something? I don't know. Let me know. Gina says, yeah, Atomic Habits. It's a very, very good book. I have somewhere on my channel, I did a book club, I think a 6-week book club on Atomic Habits. You should check that out. My oldest is doing public high school. I'm a little sad. Girl, I know. All 3 of mine did public high school. Well, I got 2 in high school right now. And especially when you know what homeschooling was like before, and then now they're in high school and it's like all the power is taken from you. But that's what that school thinks, because I let all those teachers know I'm not one of those parents that's like, you'll never see, they gonna see my face. I'm like, well, we want the kids to take ownership. Yeah, I know, but I'm watching you. I'm looking at the stuff you're teaching. I'm okay, we're gonna have to supplement with this, because we can't. It's like back in the day, if you owned the business and somehow maybe you lost the business and you had to go back into the workforce and be hired, one of the first questions they would ask you, have you ever been a business owner? And people would, oh yeah, sure. They would know I've had leadership responsibilities and I've been able to, organize people. No, they want to know if you can take direction from somebody because you've always given direction. They want to know if you're going to cop an attitude because, yeah, I used to run stuff like this. Now I have to take orders from you. It's the same thing with the schools. I'm like, once we've been CEOs of our children, it's hard to like let them go to the company down the street and then go visit them at lunch and like, okay, how was lunch? How's work going? You just can't do anything. So, but it goes by so fast. It really does go by so fast. And yeah, that's life. Okay, let's see. Oh, this is good. So whatever comment I am on, it highlights it, so I don't have to keep scrolling up and down like I did in Streamyard. Oh, that's nice, Restream. Okay, my tablet is messing my message up. Sorry, guys. Oh, you're fine, Katesh. Okay. We'll check out your book club. Yes, I'm going to resurrect it. I haven't decided if I wanted it related to teaching. Oh, yes, I did. I said it was going to be Marva Collins. Let me tell you, I love this book so much. This is my copy. And then this is this is the latest one I got for my youngest kid who's starting high school next month. I got him his own hardback copy because he is hard on books. But Marva Collins, I haven't decided. I'm always messing up my office for y'all. That's okay, because I love y'all. I haven't decided between Marva Collins. By the way, a little tidbit. For those of you who love Prince like I do, but you'll never love Prince as much as I do. But in his video, The Most Beautiful Girl in the World, in the video, and definitely at the end, she's sitting in this like throne, is Marva Collins. Prince knew. Prince was, oh my God, Prince was up to it. He was just on it. Or I might go with this book, How to Stop Losing Your with Your Kids. Either way, we're going to do both. I just haven't decided which one to do first. So that's in the future. All right. Let me catch up with these comments. Diana says, you said one of your kids has ADHD. Yes, ma'am. Do you have a video with tips on how to help parents teach their ADHD? Woo! You know what? I have a lot of tips, but they're in my 2+ hour live streams. And I've been saying for years, go through your live streams, use CapCut, and then put it on, make them short. That's where all my gold nuggets are, because I'm just like flowing. I'm just in it. Let me put that note down again, because that's just the universe telling me CapCut live streams. But yes, I do. As a matter of fact, I remember one of them, it was one of my best ones. I had over 300 people on the live stream, and I was actually showing how to teach writing up against the wall for ADHD kids. And I remember that precisely because everyone was like, oh my God, that is so great. That's so funny and so unique. And I need to go find that. So that's going to be a project in and of itself. So I've gotten the call again, and I will just, I'll start slowly and I'll just cut, just keep cutting. So if you see like I have 200 shorts in 2 weeks, that's why I spent the day just going through those live streams. But yeah, good question. Yes, I do have tips. Oh, and Diana, for ADHD, I always talk about um, it's executive functioning, but it's also ADHD for kids and ADHD for teens. They're like workbooks. Now you would think the last thing my kid needs is a workbook, but it's things that you're wanting to retrain their thinking. And that's a whole nother discussion. I think I have a video on ADHD. So instead of me doing the cap cut right now, I can just do a video on ADHD tricks. And that will be for the younger kids and then for the older kids, because some of those tactics will differ. Some will be the same and some will be different. So thank you for that. I have that written down. Okay. Gina says, you are chatty tonight. I love it. I have 5 done and 5 to go. I look forward to the end of homeschooling. It's never for you. But salute. We got to go. We didn't do the bells today. We got to give the bell to Gina because Gina is new, right? You got 10 kiddos. I am so, no, let me give you the big bell, but it's green so you won't see it. You can see it. It says don't use green if you have a green screen. Anyway, Gina, you definitely need some free curriculum. I want you to start entering all this stuff. What if you don't mind sharing, put what state you are in. Because if you're in California, girl, I would just drive all this curriculum I have to your house. All right. Let's see. I'm trying to get my second win, girl. Second win, you're gonna need your 5th, your 3rd, your 200th, your A, your Delta. You're gonna need all that kind of win. But you are very blessed, though. I wish I could still be homeschooling because now I just feel so much wiser since I've been away from it for like 2 years, and now I see how grandparents are. Like, oh, all the things I messed up with your parents, now I can do it right with the grandkids. So we'll see. All right, Diana. Well, I will for sure turn on notifications for your videos then. Oh, thank you, Diana. Ooh, Diana, that is my pen name for my romance because I'm a published author for nonfiction, but for fiction, my pen name is Diana. Just wanted y'all to know that. I love that name. Yes, and you need a vacation, and a real vacation where there are no kids, no spouse, no partner, nothing. You're in Alabama. You might as well be on the other side of the world. You're in that Roll Tide country. I'm a football girl. I'm from Texas. So, but no matter, because I believe in putting things out in the universe and it comes back to you. So I send stuff to people. All right. Any other questions before we get out of here? I think I covered. The last thing before you guys distracted me was oh, hold on. Gina says, you're blessed. I look forward to that. Oh, thank you. Thank you. And okay, cool. All right, so we are caught up on our thank you. The chat was very chatty today. So the last thing I said, like using themes or seasonal units for science. Now this is probably good for the younger kids because they're doing weather and the human body. Well, no, because the human body is biology. What am I talking about? So like weather. Well, if you're living on the East Coast or in the South, you should not have any problem, finding work or resources to teach weather. Okay. So I know there is a great series on weather. It's they cover natural disasters, tornadoes, hurricanes, floods, what weather is. Oh, it was great. It was awesome. They have vocabulary words. I mean, that's not helping you, but I'm just saying for weather, do weather or like the human body or biology, do it in the fall when everybody's getting sick. So now you can get like real culture, like from your sick daughter, like open your mouth with the Q-tip. Or your child can do it if you trust them enough. Somebody's gonna be sick. Somebody's gonna be, just on the verge of getting sick, or you know, that's just the season where your body's tired, and it's a lot you can do to really get that learning in and have it apply to the real world. Okay, weather, definitely maybe do it in the winter time, maybe not because you can't go outside, but definitely in the fall or in the spring, right? So that's how you can like pair the science with the seasons. Okay, you can also earth science, of course, earth science in the spring, biology in the fall when everybody's getting sick and stuff like that. Animals, I guess that's still biology. But going to the zoo, you might want to pair those units where you want to go out a lot when the weather's nice. Don't be in upstate New York planning field trips to the zoo in December, because you're gonna have a bad day. Okay, so I'm just saying about that. And then I think that is it, but don't worry, I am going to make a recorded video, and I think I said 6 or 7 tips, but I'm going to be to the point. I'm going to put on my teacher hat because I do have a Master of Science in curriculum design, and I'm going to get straight to the point, give you the information you need so you can not spend a whole hour listening to me ramble about how to chop up this science curriculum. But I love talking to you guys. So Friday, we are live for the middle school series. Now, here's a caveat. My son is going out of the country next week. He's going to study abroad, my middle child. And we're getting all his stuff together. And he's got a lot of stuff he needs to do because he's like taking a summer school class to get ahead. He's got to do a lot of stuff before Wednesday. So Friday, I might not do the live stream. There will be a video up though, okay? If I don't do the live stream on Friday, I will do it probably on Monday. There will be a video up on Friday though, okay? If anything, it'll be like a definitely like a flip through. I might just do a flip through each day and then make the live stream. I'll see. I should be able to do the live stream. It might be, I want to do it earlier. I got to put a poll up. Real quickly before you guys leave, I'm on the West Coast, so I am Pacific time. What's a good time on Fridays? Because I would like it to be consistent as much as I can't say that because my son does varsity. He has games on Friday. Other one, games on Thursday. Nah. So I'll just see. Everything's always up in the air because I have so many things going on with these kids. But anyway, Friday there'll be a video, but I'm definitely gonna try to make that middle school live stream. It's gonna be long, which I want, and I don't want to be interrupted. If I do it okay, let me ask you this: if I do the live stream in the morning, 7:00 my time, 7 in the morning. Like I'm in the gym at 5. Like I start my day powerfully. I don't know about y'all. I don't know what y'all do, but I at 7:00 I'm almost half done with my day. I'm just kidding. No, I'm not. But 7, 8, 9, and 10. So would you guys be able to do a live stream early in the morning? Because if I can do early in the morning, I could live stream every day. I could really talk every day. I don't have a problem. I just figure at least people on the West Coast will probably be sleeping. But if you guys say, girl, we'll be up, I'll just do dishes or laundry, or I'll just work out as I'm listening to you, then I'm like, hey, we'll live stream it every day at 7:00 for an hour or so, because I have to write. And my writing time is 7 to 1, but I can definitely push it back to 8 to 2 for you. Okay. So I'll put a poll up. Let me put that down. Put a poll for morning live streams, because I like talking to you guys. Okay. Or Fridays. We'll do either or. All right, good people. 1 hour and 4 minutes. I did my hour because I think you guys deserve that. Any last minute questions before? Who was in Florida? Diana, you're in Florida? I got to make a list of you guys. Because that way when things are going on, hurricane season, you know, I know about hurricanes. I'm from Texas. I can be like, okay, y'all, has anyone heard from Gina? Did anyone see her floating down the water down the street? No, I'm kidding. But no, we got to look out for each other. Okay. That's why I like to say, put, you know, where you're from as much as you feel comfortable, because then at least somebody can kind of ask about you. Okay. Or you might see him at a homeschool convention for your state. You just never know. There's a method to my madness. Okay. Let's see. Gina says, I'm down. Gym in the morning too. Oh, I love it. Katesh says, yes, I could probably tune in around noon. Wait, Katesh, aren't you in Illinois? Where are you at, Katesh? I forgot. You mean noon my time or noon your time? If it's 12, 11, 10, 9. You're going to have to remind me, Katesh. But you said you're down. And then, look who slid in. Rachel. Good to see you. Yes, morning works. Now, when y'all say yes, morning, y'all got to let me know because I'm on the Pacific timeline. So morning to me is 7 a.m., which is 8 o'clock. Well, Mountain, I don't think Mountain does daylight savings time. But anyway, Mountain is 8, Central is 9, and East Coast is 10. So if y'all can do that, I am down for that because I know nobody's going to be bothering me at 7 in the morning. Okay. I'll put the poll up just so I can see. All right. Good. Excellent. Missouri. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. Oh, no. Rachel's Missouri. Okay. So, yes, Ohio. That's right. Because there's a number of ladies from Ohio. So, Ohio, Ohio is central, right? Yeah. So Ohio is central. Obviously, Florida is eastern. Missouri is central. Or is it on the cusp? I don't know what the border is right between central and eastern. But anyway, but I'll put the poll up, and if you guys can do that, I am so down. If anything, we can try it for a week and see, and I can play around with the times, you know? So, but yeah, that's good. Okay, I'm happy to hear that because I'm always trying to scramble and like, oh, what child has this? And my husband's asking me to do things at the last minute, like today. So this will be good. All right, I love you guys. I will see you Friday, either in real life or just recorded, but you'll see my face and everything else that I have to bring to the table. We didn't do wins. If anybody wants to talk about their wins for the day or the week, Rachel says, I'm up anywhere from 4 to 6 a.m. And Rachel, you're in Missouri, right? So you are Central Time. Oh, you're up. Okay, so I'm sleeping by then. But 6:54, see, I'm just getting up because I'm a morning person. But that still works. So this is good. Ohio's your Eastern time zone. Okay, so Ohio is east. Okay, Ohio. So if what was I saying? Wait, create a steady routine to share. This must be an old note. I don't know what I was saying, guys. So I'll go ahead and end the stream. But so thank you for showing. Oh yeah. Before you guys take off, y'all know I wrote a book. When Life Gives You Homeschool Lesson Plans, it is on Amazon, Barnes and Nobles, Walmart. You can't see it, and because I'm on the free plan, I can't pull. Well, you know what? Yes, I can. I sure can pull it up on Amazon. Anyway, I'm going to be doing another giveaway for this. When Life Gives You, I'm not sure when. It'll probably be right. It'll be next month for sure. And let me see here. Pull this up so it's not showing all my info. Here we go. Let me share my screen. So anyway, so that is my big reference book, if you will. And see, can you see that? Let me get myself out of here. Oh, I don't know how to get this out of here. Okay, hide. Okay, so hi, there I am. So this is my book. Wait, hold on, let me do this. So this is my book here, and I got 37 reviews. I need more people to come on and read and give me some reviews. But it's very comprehensive. It's very comprehensive. I cover a lot of great reviews. Get out of here. So anyway, so that is out there now. And then my next book, it's a series, 8 books, and that I'm gonna just have to show you old school. Let me stop sharing my screen. So this is now this one is thin. It's just like 100, barely 100 pages. Okay. And this is the pocket guide. You literally, and I tested this on my last live. You literally can put this in your pants pocket, right? Okay. Because I know this is over 400 pages. No one, I'm realistic. Okay. But this you can take with you. You can take it to the bathroom. You can take it to a doctor's office, whatever. And I have 8 different subjects. I have one on burnout, one on lesson planning, one on getting started, one on homeschooling multiple age kids. I have I forgot. I have a whole bunch. Oh, I have organization. Just I have a lot. So these, and they're all different colors based on, what the topic is. And they're bite size. And it's from my couch to yours, progress over perfection every time. And the series is homeschooling from the couch. Because as you guys know, who have been with me for a long time, I always did my videos on my couch right here. Ooh, chicken wing on my couch right there. So I only just sit here now just because I don't like the color of my walls. I want to paint them back to white with my lights and everything. And so I'm just lazy. But anyway, this will be this is kind of available, but it's not. But that's a whole other story. But if you would like to get a free copy of this book, I do need an ARC team, people who will read and leave a review. You don't have to leave a review. I just ask. I kindly ask for a review. You don't have to. But I'm going to make a separate video for that. Those of you who would like to get a free digital copy of this or a free digital copy of these books, I'll make a separate video for how you can do that. All right, so I'm going to stop bumping my gums, get out of here. I love you guys. Thank you for showing up, not only for me, but for you. And I will see you on the next share. Keep an eye out for the poll for the live stream times. And then I am going to do the building blocks of science flip through because you were in the chat and I forgot who it was, but you asked and I will deliver. All right. I love you guys. I will see you in a couple of days. Bye. Have a great Wednesday.